Calling all junior detectives. If you are a resident of the Peterborough, Ontario, Canada listening area, I implore you to come to the taping of the season finale of Crime City on Saturday, June 24th at 8 and 9:30 p.m. at the Theatre on King. And now, on with the show! Welcome, junior detectives, to another exciting episode of Crime City, a monthly stage show in the style of old-time radio, recorded live at the Theatre on King in Peterborough, Ontario, Canada. This month's episode, No More Pencils, No More Crooks, starring Kenn Gibb, Marsala Lukianchuk, Adam Martignetti, Mélanie Dubois, Dan Smith, and Samuelle Weatherdon. With live sound effects by Kate Etchier and original music by Adam Martignetti. Crime City is written and produced by Andrew Root. Gather your family around the wireless set, sit comfortably, and it's on with the show!
Greetings, junior detectives! Shine your badge, put on your trench coat, and grab your magnifying glass. It's time to set your radios down to intrigue for another exciting episode of Crime City, brought to you by good old American gasoline, two-tiered tires from OK Month, and Peacetime brand coffee. Crime City, home to the fiends, scoundrels, and ne'er-do-wells of the world. A cesspool of illegality. Honest citizens fear to walk the streets after dark. But one man stands against crime in Crime City, honor bound to serve justice and protect the innocent. Our hero, Victor Marshall, Chief of Police. Victor Marshall, Chief of Police. Come on, Victor. You're really leaving me hanging here.
Victor isn't here for this episode, Mr. Narrator.
He's not?
No? Can't you see?
No, I can't. Like the poet Homer, I'm completely blind and have been since birth. Well, let's just try to muddle through this introduction. With Victor's trusty sidekick,
Brad Bramble, Adventure Scout, First Class.
And we'll just skip over the part where you say...
Saving the world.
Oh, you don't have to.
With scouting.
God damn it. And his trusted colleague, former secret agent turned private detective, Lilian Steele.
Are you sure you need to introduce me? I've looked ahead in the script, and I'm barely in this one.
Jiminy Biscuits! The lead character takes a vacation, the whole thing goes topsy.
Lead character? I thought I was the lead character.
Oh, okay, Brad. I'm pretty sure I'm the lead character. Right?
For crying out loud in a cornfield on a moonless night. Everyone's a lead character of their own story, okay? Just do the thing, mutineer.
Hello.
Aim to clean up crime in Crime City. What nefarious foes are our heroes face in the quest to uphold the law? Find out in tonight's breathtaking installment, No More Pencils, No More Crooks. September. The air turns crisp, the leaves begin to change color, and those disgusting apple pies come back into fashion. Yuck! Give me a strawberry cobbler any old day of the week. But strawberry cobbler is a summer treat, and just like the summer season, my beloved straw cob must fall prey to the cyclical nature of our almanac. Curse you, Pope Gregory the 13th, and your Gregorian calendar. Also bemoaning this change of seasons is young adventure scout Brad Bramble, who, this very autumn, is due to begin his first day of middle school at the prestigious St. Oracle Academy for Future Leaders.
Hold still, Brad. You've got some dirt on your cheek.
Mom, now I've got your spit on my cheek. How is that any better?
Your first day at St. Oracle's. I'm so proud. You know, I attended there myself, Brad.
And look at you now. Your father manages an entire office of people, Brad. Isn't that something?
Got my own secretary and everything. Her name is Hortense. Isn't that something?
Oh, come on, Dad. Don't pressure me like that. I'll be lucky if I can find my way to homeroom.
Baby steps, Bradley. Just take a moment by moment. You'll be fine.
Thanks, Mom. Thanks, Dad. Well, I'd better get going.
I'll pick you up after school, Brad.
Dad, I've got an Adventure Scout meeting right after school. Why do you think I have all this gear with me?
After the meeting, then.
Say, why don't you just use your map and compass to find your way to the classroom?
You know, there are times when I think you two don't appreciate the solemn dignity of the Adventure Scouts.
Well, goodbye, Slugger.
We love you.
And so Brad Bramble, newest enrollee at St. Oracle's Academy for Future Leaders, sets off on his first day at school. The leaves crunch beneath his feet, his Adventure Scout gear clanked happily in his backpack, and the scent of an apple pie cooking and cooling on a windowsill surely disgusted him. Blah! Before long, the gates of St. Oracle's loomed above him. Children filed into the hallways, and learning was in the air, when suddenly...
I'll be right there, freshman.
A hulking security guard appeared, 6'6" if he was an inch, with a jaw that could cut glass. And a muscle for every turned head as he walked down the hallway. Hoo-cha-cha, yowza, yowza. Cut me off a slice of that beefcake.
Aren't you blind?
And the blind see with the fingertips, if you catch my drift.
You keep your hands to yourself. I'll have you know that as a security guard, I have the authority to call the police.
Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. Methinks I need a glass of white water.
What's in the pack, kid?
What? This? I don't know. School stuff, pencils, book.
Sure. Let's see. Textbook, geometry set, a copy of The Age of Innocence by Edith Wharton. Hey, what's this?
Oh, it's my camping gear. I'm an adventure scout, you see.
Kid, you can't bring an axe to school. What is this, lighter fluid? Are those matches? You could start a fire.
Well, yeah, that's what they're for.
Kid, you can't start a fire in school. It's a school. Come on, you're coming to the principal's office.
On my first day? What? Oh, come on. Can't you just let it slide?
Don't hassle me, kid. You think I want to be doing this job? Security guard in a middle school? No, this is just a stepping stone. One day, I'll be a triple threat.
You want to be an actor who sings and dances?
What? No! I want to be the first person in town to make it in the emergency response Big Three. Police, fire, and ambulance. A genuine triple threat responder. What's threatening about singing and dancing? Come on, Half Pint. Let's get to the principal's office.
Oh, well, is the principal nice at least?
Yeah, sure. Dead man walking. Got a dead man coming through.
Oh.
Brad Bramble's academic career is off to an inauspicious start. Escorted by the security guard down a long oak panel corridor, he was left to sweat it out in the office of the headmaster of St. Oracle's, Principal Dolores Mittens. Panic racked the adventure scout as he awaited fate to befall him.
Oh, geez. Sent to the principal's office on my first day. Oh, Mom and Dad are going to be so disappointed. Crud, crud, crud.
Just then, the door opened and in strolled another student.
You really sweat a lot, huh?
What?
Your hyperhidrosis. Gosh, I wonder if it's glandular or if there's an underlying medical condition. Do you have hyperthyroidism? Gout? Menopause?
Menopause?
No, I guess it wouldn't be that, would it? Oh, sorry. I sometimes get carried away with myself. The name is Galileo Newton. I'm a bit of a science geek. Human chemistry fascinates me.
Oh, that's okay, I guess. I'm Brad Bramble.
Actually, most kinds of chemistry fascinate me. And physics, and biology, and engineering.
If you don't mind me saying so, you're awfully at ease. Don't you know where we are? We're in the principal's office.
Oh, I don't worry about that stuff. Principal Mittens probably just wants to talk to me about a special project I'm working on for the school. When you're an advanced student like me, you work on all kinds of special curriculum.
Oh, well, that's all well and good for you, but you're not the one who brought a backpack full of contraband to school on the first day.
Oh, you're an adventure scout, huh? Nature and all that stuff. I can get behind that. But I should tell you, there aren't many adventure scouts at this school. It's lucky you like being outdoors, because at this school, you're probably going to be a bit of an outsider.
Oh, sure. But science students get special treatment?
Not really. Especially not since my experiments with the chlorine levels in the school swimming pool turned everyone purple for prom night. And then there were the mutations.
Mutations?
Yeah, we're both kind of outsiders here, Brad, but that's fine. All the popular kids are kind of mean.
Oh, why does that always happen?
It's Newton's first law of popularity. Popularity and the desperation to maintain that popularity grow in proportion. Geez, I should write that down.
You seem to know a lot about this place.
I'm a student of human nature, I guess, and this place is a gosh darn petri dish. Or at least it would be if the administration let me fall through on my experiments. I'll tell you this for free. Watch out for Bertie Kosterman.
Birdie Costerman?
She's the most popular girl in school.
Oh, but that would mean that she's also the meanest.
You got that right. She's pure, systematic evil.
Well, don't worry about me. I've had a run-in or two with systematic evil. Took down a Nazi in season 1. You may have heard it.
Dude, no one listened to season 1 of this dumb show.
Well, that's true, but there's no reason to, mention it.
All right, who have we got here? Oh, hello again, Galilea.
Hi, Principal Mittens. I was hoping to talk to you about an initiative I had in mind for the school's water fountains.
What is it?
I'm thinking we supercharge the pressure to the fountains. The faster the water comes out, the quicker the students get a drink, and the sooner they're back in class. Sure, a few kids will have their teeth blown out, but it's all in the name of progress. I'm sure you'll agree.
Galilea, I really don't have time for this. First day of school and I've already got 2 students in my office. You, what's your name?
Brad Bramble, ma'am. I brought some camping gear to school, you see, because I have an Adventure Scout meeting at 3:30. And
You think I want to be doing this job? Principal at a middle school? No. I always wanted to be one of those people that came with $1 million idea and then spent the rest of life on Easy Street, like the Post-it Notes lady, or Jackson Pollock. Get in here, Bramble. Let's get your parents on the phone. Well. Hello, Miss Costerman.
Ms. Costerman? That's not...
That's right. Birdie Costerman.
What's everyone whispering about? I'm assuming you're talking about me?
Hello, Birdie.
Who are you?
I'm Galilea Newton. We've known each other since 4th grade.
Whatever.
Well, Birdie, what brings you to my office this time?
Sandra Delmar was being really annoying, so I called her a cow. But she got all upset, even though her whole family is like a bunch of farmers. So she's a cow. It's like a testament to how dedicated she is to her family business. Like, she really throws herself into her work or whatever, so it's just a compliment and she shouldn't be mad.
What was she doing that was so annoying?
I don't know, like answering questions and being good at geography, I guess.
Birdie, are you wearing lipstick? You know that's against the dress code.
I'm not even. This is the color my lips are, Principal Mittens.
Birdie Costerman, did you really think I wouldn't recognize deep carmine lipstick when I saw it? I may be a principal, but I'm still a human woman, for God's sake.
Are you calling me a liar? Because if you are, I will scream so loud that the whole world will collapse like a dying star.
Inside. Now.
Fine. This school is ridiculous.
Wow!
See, I told you, she's like that every day, and she gets everyone on her side. It's systematic. Not isolated incidents like you and me. Yep, just a couple of generally good kids who got caught in some circumstances beyond their control, and no one even got maimed this time.
Maimed?
That's right. Not one single solitary maiming. But don't you worry. She'll get what's coming to her. Yes, sir.
Can it and go back to class, Galilea. Bramble, just go home for the day and we'll call it even. Don't bring camping gear to school again.
Well, what am I supposed to do with it?
Hide it in the bushes. I don't know. I have a moody teenager to deal with in here, okay? Put yourself in my shoes. Ugh, kids.
Didn't quite get off on the right foot, huh, Brad? Don't let it bother you.
Don't let it bother me. I got sent home by the principal on my first flippin' day.
You think Jonas Salk cured polio on the first try? No, dummy. He just cured a bunch of other stuff until he reached his goal. You'll bounce back. See you tomorrow.
What kind of a weirdo have I gotten myself involved with?
Good question. And what was all that Galilea Newton said about students being mutated and maimed? Harmless banter or malevolent intent? Sounds like a mystery that needs solving, and solve it we shall after these messages from our sponsors. Don't touch that dial.
Picture this. You're on a fabulous European vacation.
Wowee, I can't believe I won that sweepstakes. Boy, they sure do things differently in Spain and Italy and Prague and Czechoslovakia.
Say, friend, why not put the top down and enjoy the breeze? Just make sure you're driving on the right side of the road.
Say, wait a minute. I'm nearly out of gas, but I could have sworn I just filled up at the last station.
Uh-oh. Did you remember to fill up with good old American gasoline?
Oh, well, no, I didn't. You know what they say, when in Rome...
I'm afraid I'm unfamiliar with that expression. Especially as it pertains to gasoline. Your automobile wants good old American gasoline to keep it running smooth. It needs it. It craves it. That's why we, with the help of our friends at the CIA, have taken pains to install good old American gasoline pumps all over the world, forcing out those troublesome other gasoline companies whose interests don't align with ours.
What a coup!
Good old American gasoline. The engine of progress can't and won't run without it.
It happens every day in this country. A thoughtless woman decides to go for a drive without a man.
Gosh, it sure would be nice to get out of the house for a while. The baby's sleeping, and the roast is in the oven needs to cook for another 2 hours. I'm sure I can slip out for a nice drive around the block.
Time and time again, an easily avoidable tragedy strikes.
What was that? Did I blow a tire? Oh no, I don't know how to fix that. I'm just a dumb old lady.
Since we can't tame the female heart, and believe me, we've tried, we present a solution. 2-tiered tires from OK Month, the world's first tire within a tire.
Well, how does it work? You'll have to speak clearly. I'm menstruating.
Well, you know those funny little wooden nesting dolls that the godless Russians are so obsessed with?
The Russians? Well, they're bad.
But their dolls within dolls gave us an idea. When a lady...
Like me?
...foolishly ignores her homely duties and leaves the house unattended.
I can't be trusted because of my monthly cycle.
Science tells us she will inevitably puncture her automobile's tire.
Science? What's that?
But unlike those other tires, this one has a second, fully inflated tire inside, just like the nesting doll.
Me a woman.
2-tiered tires. An actual product that exists in the real world, well, because we just think so darn little of these women.
Oh, shoot. I think I put the roast in the crib and the babe in the oven. I'd better go.
2-tiered tires from OK Month. We're barely exaggerating.
Welcome back, Junior Detectives. We rejoin our story in the Bramble household as Adventure Scout Brad Bramble prepares for a second attempt at St. Oracle's Academy for Future Leaders.
Now, Brad, what are you going to do?
I'm going to be polite and mind my P's and Q's.
And what are you going to say?
I'm going to say ma'am, and please, and thank you, and good day for bird watching. If you ask a fellow such as myself, why, I believe I saw a red-crested warbler just this very morning. Oh, but Dad, I don't really think that'll come in handy.
It's saved my bacon more times than I can count, my boy.
And you can leave your scouting gear here today. I'll bring it to your meeting after school for you.
Thanks, Mom.
And make sure to make a friend or two. Someone to show you the ropes.
Oh, that's a lovely idea. Did you meet anyone yesterday? Before the incident?
Well, only 2 people, and I'm not sure about them. Bertie Costerman is supposed to be the meanest girl in school, and Galilea Newton is, well, a weirdo.
Tough choice. What are you going to do?
Well, she may be weird, but Galilea seems helpful.
Well, that's a start. Oh, look at the time. Let's get you to school.
With the indomitable sense of optimism that is his calling card, Brad Bramble, Adventure Scout First Class, put a spring in his step and made his way through the doors to St. Oracle's Academy. There in the main hall was a security guard.
A good day for bird watching. If you ask a fellow such as myself, why, I believe I saw a red-crested warbler just this very morning.
Move along, move along.
Holy crow! It worked!
But whether the god didn't remember the incident from the day before, or whether he's miles away in his own mind, dreaming of a career in the field of emergency response, it was impossible to tell. Whatever the case, Brad Bramble found his way to homeroom with time to spare and settled in for a history lesson. But being keen sometimes means showing up for a lesson a solid 15 minutes before anyone else and sitting in an empty classroom. Let's listen in and see how this adventure scout passes the time.
Okay, let's see. History with Professor Bottlebun. Got my 3-ring binder, pencils, pens, my backup 3-ring binder, just in case I take so many notes that I run out of space, liquid paper, and textbook. I wonder where we'll begin. Well, if it were me, I'd begin at the beginning, and then I'd go until we reached the end. And then stop. Well, let's see. Page 1. Say, what's this? Someone's written something in this book. Graffiti. What's it say? Turn to page 86. Or maybe a clue. Okay, page 86. Another note. Turn to page 45. Well, can't go and ignore all the call of adventure, can I? Okay, here we go. Page 45. Turn to page 178. Okay. Nearly there. Turn to page 99. Oh, gosh, it's almost to the bottom of this. Page 99. You've almost got it. Turn to page 56 for the final clue. Gosh, the final clue. Okay, here we go. Page 56. You are a butt. Oh, well, that seems like it was a lot of effort. Ooh, there's the school bell. Well, history may not be as exciting as solving insulting codes, but I've got to put my best foot forward. That must be Professor Bottlebun now.
Hello, students. Yesterday we covered how the growth patterns of several species of Mesozoic moss may have had an impact on the technological advancements of the Mayan peoples in the economic models of trade that developed in the Amazonian basin following this period. Today we're going to shift things into high gear and really dig into a juicy little thought experiment concerning the types of stones that these people may have used if modern tools had been available to them. Crazy. I know. But really let your imagination run wild. Limestone, basalt, granite, slate, marble, sandstone, quartzite, flint, chalk, shale, talc carbonate, vogisite, pegmatite, obsidian.
Oh, for the love of Odin!
I haven't forgotten about Odinite, young man, but please do not interrupt me. I may have to start all over again. Come to think of it, I enjoyed myself so much the first time I recited that list. I may do it over again just for the sheer pleasure. Here we go. Limestone. Basalt. Granite. Slate.
Oh, I think I'm getting drowsy.
Don't fall asleep just yet, Brad.
What, Galilea? What are you doing in this class? Aren't you ahead of me by a couple of years?
I keep getting held back in the arts and humanities. Who's got the time to speculate on what some old dead people did 1,000 years ago when science is alive this very moment?
Well, I guess I didn't really think about it like that.
I'm glad you see it that way. Let's ditch the snooze fest and I'll show you my laboratory.
I don't know about cutting class. I'm in hot water already.
Who's that talking at the back of the class? I'll have you know that historically things have not worked out well for those who don't pay attention. For example, Euripides the 15th of Gilgamesh famously ignored his advisors when they made the recommendation that he abstain from figs until more could be harvested from the valley below during the raising seasons of 672 BC. But, of course, we all know how that story ends. That's just one of literally 100 stories I could recount about the Valley of Paying Attention. And oh, all right, you've twisted my arm. Here's another.
To spend your day listening to this bunk? You and me could be making history instead of just listening to Professor Sleepy Time read from a book.
No, I just don't want to get into trouble.
Who cares what Professor Fossilbutt thinks?
I heard that, Galileo Newton. And I don't know who that boy is talking to you, but since you both seem to have better things to concern yourselves with than the hypothetical masonry of the Mayan peoples, you can march yourselves down to the principal's office right this instant.
Nice. See you, losers.
Oh, no. It's all happening again. My life is flashing before my eyes. Oh, I feel woozy.
That's enough of theatrics, young man. This isn't the drama department. Even though history is just as exciting as any Hamnet or Macbeth or many winds of Wifesore.
Those aren't actually...
Who cares? We've got a free pass out of this boredom factory. Let's go.
Oh, I can see my academic career slipping through my fingers.
Now, for those of you who are paying attention, I've got a little treat. We'll be discussing the taxation of different breeds of cattle in ancient Gaul. Whoopee.
Come on, let's go see my laboratory.
But we're supposed to go to the principal's office.
Look at it this way. As far as Professor Fossilbutt knows, that's where we're going. As far as Principal Mittens knows, we're in class. We've got carte blanche to do whatever we want for the rest of the day. Do you always follow the rules?
Well, yeah. Usually, it's kind of my thing.
Well, today we're doing my thing. We just have to make sure we don't get caught by the hall monitor. And what are the odds of that happening?
Hold it right there! Or don't, I don't really care.
Bertie Casterman, you're a hall monitor?
Yeah. Principal Minton said it would do me good to exercise a position of trust and authority. Like I would just immediately abuse it.
They put you in charge of the halls?
Yeah. Can you believe it? Administrators don't know how to punish kids at all. Take me out of class. I didn't want to be in class anyway. And this gives me a chance to practice lowering my voice.
Lowering your voice?
You think I want to be doing this job? Hall monitor at a middle school? No. I wanted to be a Hollywood movie star. Lunches at the Waldorf, dinners at the Plaza, meeting glamorous men and making them rue the day they ever met Bertie Costerman. But no, I've got this stupid squeaky voice, and nobody wants a leading lady with a voice like this. If you want to make it in this business, you've got to have a deep, sultry voice.
Well, at least you're practicing, and you know what they say, practice makes...
Shut up, loser!
Okay.
Come on, you're both going to the principal's office. We don't condone smoking in the halls here at St. Oracle's.
But Bertie, we weren't smoking.
Who's Principal Minton's gonna believe? A couple of truants? Or a hall monitor? Unless, of course, you pay me to keep my mouth shut.
But that's an abuse of power!
I know, right? Sold out my authority before second period. Who knows what I'll accomplish by lunch?
I guess we have no choice.
If you think I'm going quietly, Bertie Costerman, you've got another thing coming.
What's that in your hand, loser?
Oh, this? Just a little something I cooked up in case of just such an emergency. Smoke bomb!
Galilea, what are you doing?
Try and get me in trouble, will you, Bertie Costerman? Looks like you're the one in trouble now.
Say, what gives with this fog? It's making me all dopey.
It's some kind of knockout gas. Galilea, what have you done?
What, the who, the where, the why, the how, the junior detectives? Questions abound, and there's only one place to find the answers. Right here, right after these messages from our sponsors. Stay tuned.
Wait a minute, honey. This doesn't look like my regular coffee. Doesn't smell like my regular coffee either. What gives?
Well, I've made a change.
Whoa there. A change? Without a family meeting first?
Oh, don't pout. It's just a little change, but it makes a big difference.
You know, I'm suspicious of new coffees. Ever since the POW camp.
Oh, honey, this is nothing like that. Smell that fresh, bold scent, and look how much darker the coffee is.
How does it taste?
Try it and find out.
You first.
Oh, honey.
I won't do it. I can't. We lost so many good men in that camp.
I can't live like this. The war has been over for years. You need help.
I never realized the effect this had on you. I'm so sorry. How can I make it up to you?
Just try the coffee.
Okay. For you.
Well, how does it taste?
It tastes like peacetime.
It's peacetime brand coffee.
Peacetime brand coffee?
Yeah.
Well, it's not as rich as wartime brand coffee. But maybe together we'll make it through this.
Welcome back. When we last left you, seemingly benign truancy had taken a sinister twist. Confronted with a visit to the principal's office, Galilea Newton, science whiz extraordinaire, threw down a smoke bomb filled with some kind of knockout gas. Say, wait a minute. Why weren't you knocked out by that felonious fog?
Chemical immunity. I've been building it up gradual.
Hide as a drum. That's what that logic is. Brad and Bertie, who haven't built up such an immunity, slowly come to find themselves in the most unusual of circumstances.
Huh? What? I can't move my arms or legs.
What the crud? Are we tied up?
Galilea, what gives?
Let me out of here right now! Is this nylon rope? I have a nylon allergy. I'm going to get all hivey.
A few hives are a small price to pay, Bertie. Not many people get to see my secret laboratory firsthand.
Laboratory? Where are we?
We're in the boiler room under the school. It's been sealed up for years, but I've made quite an impressive setup here for my experiments. A quick tour, perhaps. Over here, I've got my distillation beakers. And here's my newest oscilloscope. And my newest acquisition from the science lab, a brand new Bunsen burner.
Bunts!
All top of the line. Pretty impressive, huh?
But why? Why steal all this stuff?
You may have noticed that I don't exactly fit in at this school, Brad. The politics and drama of high school always seemed a bit inconsequential to me.
Hey! I built my life around that drama. I'll thank you not to belittle it. Okay, so science is so important, but tell me this. What good are numbers and formulas and research if nobody even likes you? Face facts, loser. Popularity is all there is.
I wouldn't talk about science that way if I were you, Bertie. Especially not when you owe everything you have to it.
What are you talking about? I don't even know what she's talking about. What are you talking about?
You don't remember when we were in 4th grade together and you told me that you wanted to be tall and thin and pretty so you could be a movie star, but you were so worried because your parents are short and your dad has that weird mole on his chin?
I'm sure I don't remember that at all.
Don't baloney me! You said you'd give anything for a special growth formula that would make your hair blonde and your complexion flawless. So...
Wait, so you actually made a growth formula?
You didn't wonder how a girl in the 4th grade could be 5'11" when her parents are both 5'2"?
I just assumed I deserved it.
Well, it seems like you two have a lot to work out, and I'm maybe not needed for this. So if you could just untie me, and I'll just be going
Silence!
on it. Okay.
Oh, Birdie, Birdie, Birdie. You would have been just like the rest of us if it weren't for me. But I should have added an ingredient to the growth formula that stimulated humility as well. Oh, well, never mind. You can't create a monster and then whine when they step on a few buildings. But you two can help me with my newest experiment. Something that'll finally make this school a worthwhile experience for kids like me, where the teachers and staff and students all actually want to be where they are, doing what they're doing.
Well, how are you going to do that?
A mind control drug, of course.
What?
Mind control?
That's right. I'm going to mix it into the cafeteria food. Once lunch is over, I'll have an entire army of lab assistants. None of these boring history lectures, art classes, or poetry explorations. We get it, Wordsworth. You like flowers. Blah, blah, blah. Yeesh. You think I want to be doing this? The only decent scientist at a middle school? No, I always wanted to discover a new element. Get my name up there on the periodic table. That's the path to true immortality.
So what are you going to do?
You're going to be my lab rats. Once I'm sure the mind control drug works, I'll send it upstairs, and then the real fun begins.
I'm nobody's lab rat. And seriously, these ropes are really itchy.
Hey, keep still.
I have an allergy.
Hey, be careful. Don't get too close to that Bunsen burner.
Oh no! Fire!
My work!
Oh, what are we gonna do? No one knows that we're down here.
Months of research and development ruined. You'll pay for this, Birdie Kosterman.
There's so much smoke. Choking.
Help! Help! There's a criminal and a fire and someone in need of medical attention.
Someone call for help?
The security guard.
Finally. My time to shine.
That's right. The security guard from earlier who wanted to be a genuine triple threat responder. Muscles gleaming in the flicking light of the flames. He cuffed that rapscallion Galilean Newton.
No!
Extinguished the flames.
The heat. So intense. Ah, that did it.
And performed first aid to the ailing Birdie Kosterman.
You gotta breathe deeply into this oxygen mask, ma'am. You'll be all right in no time. That did it. That's how you do it, and what a rush. No thanks needed.
Before long, the smoke cleared and the top brass was on the scene.
And that's how it happened, Principal Mittens.
Very well, you can put your shirt back on.
No, ma'am. I may never put a shirt on again. For you see, I've tasted pure achievement today. And it tastes of...
Shut up.
Okay.
Galilean Newton, I see you're to blame for all of this?
All of my work. All my frickin' GD work. I was going to have an unlimited number of assistants working round the clock. I would have discovered that new element in no time. But then you. You had to go and knock over that Bunsen burner. Now everything's ruined. Now all I've got is a test tube filled with glowing blue gunk. Wait a moment. Glowing blue gunk. No known substance has those chemical properties.
You mean?
I'd have to run some tests, but that fire may have superheated my mind control formula and created a brand new element.
I'll bet something like that would be worth a lot of money, wouldn't it?
Oh, fortune's untold. But I don't care about the money. I just want my name on the periodic table of elements. I can see it now. Newtonium.
Then I I think we can arrange a deal, Galilea, since the element Newtonium was discovered on school grounds with, school equipment. It seems only fair that the school administrator should reap the windfall of financial benefits.
Meaning what exactly?
Meaning Mama's got an island in the Caribbean to buy, baby. Hey, you security guard, you want a job as the island's private emergency security team?
It would be my dream come true.
Great. You're also in charge of sunscreen application. Bring those muscles with you. We've got some packing to do.
Wow. Well, it seems like everyone's getting what they wanted. Oh. Well, except you, Birdie. But maybe with some vocal lessons, you'll get your register down to where you want it to be. Look, I can't understand you with that oxygen mask on. Here, let me help you.
I said, leave me alone, you dumb adventure scout. Wait, my voice. It's sexy.
It must have been all that smoke you breathed in.
I'm tall and blonde and pretty, and I have a deep, husky voice. I'm going to get everything I ever wanted. No one will care that my real name is Bertilda. Get out of my way, losers.
Wow, some people never change, huh? But I think we all learned a valuable lesson here today. You've got to be true to yourself, even when almost everyone is telling you that you're wrong. Because maybe the real scientific discovery is the friends we made along the way. Wouldn't you say so, Brad?
Oh, my, no. You're like super duper under arrest.
What?
Come on, let's see if they have a science lab in juvenile detention. You have the right to remain silent. You have the right to... I think that right for something else.
Misguided though she is, young Galilea Newton was right about one thing. We've all learned a valuable lesson today. If you are steadfast in your goals, opportunities will present themselves. The security guard became a triple threat. The principal got rich quick. The ingenue was on her way to becoming a leading lady. And maybe, just maybe, if I believe hard enough, this humble blind narrator will gain the power of sight. But that will have to wait for another episode. Until that time, junior detectives, good night.
Don't forget, if you are a resident of the Peterborough, Ontario, Canada listening area, come to the taping of our season finale at 8 and 9:30 p.m. on Saturday, June 24th at the Theatre on King. This episode of Crime City featured Kenn Gibb as Brad Bramble, Marsala Lukianchuk as Lilian Steele and Birdie Costerman, Adam Martignetti as Mr. Bramble and the security guard, Mélanie Dubois as Mrs. Bramble and Principal Dolores Mittens, Dan Smith as the narrator and Professor Bottlebun, and Samuelle Weatherdon as Galilea Newton. Crime City the podcast is produced by Andrew Root and Adam Martignetti. Listen to previous episodes on iTunes, Stitcher, Blueberry, and Soundcloud. To help us find new listeners, rate and review us on iTunes. Special thanks to Ian Osborne, Ryan Kerr, and Sarah Ty. Extra special thanks to our Patreon sponsors, Aisha Barmania and Steve Higgs. Visit us at patreon.com/Crime City Series. Information about future shows can be found at facebook.com/Crime City the Series and on Twitter and Instagram at Crime City Series. We'll see you next time, junior detectives.